Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Jack Martinelli Field in Foxboro, Massachusetts for tonight's Hockomock League boys soccer matchup between the Foxboro Warriors and the Canton Bulldogs. I'm Brady Gardner alongside Bruce Gardner. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Brady. Happy to have you back from school to join us for this broadcast, the former voice of Foxboro High School sports. It's a pleasure to be here doing this with you. Tough game tonight for the Warriors. Got to forecast a difficult night because they've got so many injuries, and we'll get into that a little bit as we get into the broadcast, but excited to be bringing you this game on Foxboro Cable Access.
Yep, and just to give you guys at home a little look at the standings here in the Davenport Division, Canton currently sits 3-1. They got 6 points in the league. Meanwhile, Foxboro 2 spots below in 5th, as Canton is in 3rd. Foxboro with a record of 1-3, so they're going to look to make up some ground on the Bulldogs here tonight. They'll hope to gain that extra 3 points and try to make their way up the table with Sharon close right next to them. With 3 points, Foxboro in the league currently with 0. And we will, or actually 2 points, and we will see how they can get things going here tonight. But with that, we'll head over to the national anthem. It actually appears as though we have a few more seconds to kill here as the teams are in their opening captains meeting. As you saw there, Shane Vandenboom not dressed for tonight's game. He will be missing. But now we're good. We'll head over to player introductions and the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jack Martinelli Field for tonight's high school soccer match. The host, Foxboro Warriors, taking on the Canton Bulldogs. Now for your starting lineups. From Canton, number 5, Mike Mazzola. Number 6, Avery Minkin. Number 8, TJ McCabe. Number 10, Paul Corcoran. Number 15, Simon Cruz. Number 16, Nathan Achildiev. Number 17, Griffin Roach. Number 19, Cooper Ashcraft. Number 21, Paulo Ruggieri. Number 23, Matt Giglio. And the goalkeeper for the Canton Bulldogs, Alejandro Corial. The Bulldogs are coached by Danny Erickson in his 26th season. And now the starting lineup for your Foxboro Warriors. Number 5, a senior, Matt Garcia. Number 6, a junior, Danny Isaza. Number 7, a senior, Billy Ozone. Number 12, a junior, Tim Bain. Number 13, a senior, Chris Amiable. Number 14, a senior, Brian Gardner. Number 15, a senior, Nick Beagle. Number 17, a junior, Ronnie McClellan. Number 20, another junior, Will Morrison. And number 11, a sophomore, Max Beagle. And the goalkeeper, starting goalkeeper for the Foxboro Warriors, Nick Penders, a sophomore. The coach of the Foxboro Warriors in his 4th year, Joe Franchino. And now please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
So now with the introductions and the national anthem in the book, we're just about ready to get going. As the teams enter their final huddles, get ready for the first whistle here, start this match.
That's a beautiful night for soccer. Early fall night. Couldn't ask for a better night here. Be interesting to see how the game goes. Foxboro, early in the season, of course, for both teams, but Foxboro has not been the start that they would have hoped for. They were initially picked to be the leading team here in the Hockomock soccer season. However, several key injuries in the first few games, several tough opponents. They've played both first-place teams in both sides of the Hawk, as well as the second-place team. But the injuries have really taken a toll, and a red card has hurt us as well. Tonight we'll start a sophomore in net. Nick Penders, our other goalie, is a freshman. Both guys have worked real hard, but we're being asked to call on a number of other players who wouldn't necessarily be in the starting 11, and those guys have got to rise above tonight and play tough. I'm sure they will.
So in their last 2 games, Foxboro has been held scoreless in those 2 losses. So they will be looking to get a little more offensive production today. And that comes through the likes of the Beagle brothers, both of which are in the starting lineup. Max Beagle, who has really been making strides in the first team, had a year off of soccer last year after having an injury. Spent it with the JV team, getting to learn the system through them, and now he's here on the first team trying to make an impact. We'll see what he can do today.
And Coach Franchino's got some new players in the starting 11. Brian Gardner continues to be the anchor in the back. Will Morrison in front of him. Tim Bain out on the right, and Billy Ozone on the left. In the midfield, Nick Beagle's been the anchor of the team there. Chris Amiable helping out. Ronnie McClellan as a defensive midfielder. And Max Beagle, as Brady mentioned, in the lineup today. Good for him, played real well yesterday. We'll talk about yesterday's game and the other games. And then up front, we've got Danny Saza and Matt Garcia.
Long ball to start this off, looking for Garcia. Couldn't connect. And we are underway. Foxboro going left to right in their home blues. Canton right to left in the whites. Ball from the keeper, not as long as he would have liked on the high punt. Falls to Nick Beagle. Look outside towards the sideline, turns. Now comes back centrally, looking for Amiable, who slipped up, but he found it eventually. A little deflection, and here we are with Will Morrison in a foot race. falls to Will nicely. He gets it out of bounds for a throw-in. Number 17, the captain, Griffin Roach, in pursuit. Ball back in play now. Canton with it along the sideline. A little tussle for the ball. It's still in Canton's possession. Heading towards the corner. That's Chris Amiable with a nice strong play to work the attacker off the ball. Kick it out for a throw-in. Number 16, Childalev with a throw. It falls to 15 here. And the shot on Penders for his first save of the game. That was Simon Cruz, the senior, who took it.
Brady, as you mentioned, Canton entering 3-1. Foxboro with the reverse 1-3. Canton's played weaker opponents so far, though, and Foxboro's played the tougher opponents. So if we had our normal 11, I'd love to see a good match. I think we still might.
Wow, what a goal that was right there. The through ball came in from Roach. Didn't get the number on the goal scorer, but looked like it took the keeper, Nick Penders, by surprise. A sliding effort. And to find the back of the net, certainly not the start Foxborough was looking for, just a minute 40 seconds into this one.
That was a skill play as he was going down, got his right foot on it. But you're right, would have liked to have seen us defend that a little bit better.
Let's take a look at this replay. Ball just got through the left back there. And a sliding effort, almost as if to keep it in play, but finds the back of the net. We'll get the name of the goal scorer as soon as we can for you.
Ronnie McClellan's on the ball now.
Good bit of strength for Ronnie to get the ball off the Canton attacker. Here's Matt Garcia now challenging. Matt Garcia moving up to the right wing position. He's played a lot of defense in his high school career, but Coach Franchino trying to get some offense going. Looking to Garcia to lead some of that as the ball comes out to the left. That's Max Beagle. Tackle in from Billy Ozone as it falls to Timmy Bain. Now Roach on the ball for Canton. Goes outside to the goal scorer. Back across a little too long, and they'll keep it in bounds. Timmy Bain working. Now a pass, just a bit astray, but it's won by the Canton player. And it falls here to Max Beagle. Going the other way, look for his brother Nick, no luck.
Both of these teams played yesterday, so we're playing back-to-back nights. Foxboro, they were at Oliver Ames. Again, undermanned a bit with the injuries and Billy Ozone seems to be in good position, but number 10 for Canton.
That's the senior captain, Paul Corcoran, with the goal.
But Foxboro was in decent shape yesterday, undermanned at Oliver Ames. For 70 minutes, they played scoreless. And then 2 breakdowns right at the end cost Foxboro the game with a 2-0 loss.
Chris Amiable looked for the through ball there for Matt Garcia. No luck, but a good idea from Chris.
So entering a busy part of the schedule, played last night, play tonight, 3 games next week. Plenty of time for Foxboro to turn around, but they've got to get some healthy players. They're without their 2 starting strikers tonight, Shane Vandenboom and Dylan Barrera. Scoring goals has been hard to come by for Foxboro. Been a lot of pressure on these 2 young goaltenders and the back 4.
Nick Beagle called for the foul there. Going in just a little bit too hard against the Canton defender, who's going to play it quickly here. And Brian Gardner will deal with that one on the header. Gardner again sliding in. Shot taken, good block there from Will Regan. Will Morrison, that is.
Yeah, Will Regan, one of the players who's out, would normally be in the back 4. Brian Gardner playing with a tough hip.
Here's Timmy Bain wrestling for it, and the call will be made on number 15 for Canton. That's Simon Cruz, the senior. Here's Beagle on that last little tussle that resulted in Beagle's foul, just trying to get through a little bit too tough. But getting us back underway, it's Will Morrison sending it deep for Danny Zaza, who wins the header. Max Beagle in pursuit, but not able to get it before the keeper does. Alejandro Correal there to recover.
Joe Cusack's the one other player that's normally in the center part of the park for Foxboro. He's out with a shoulder injury from the game with Milford, which was the game before OA. So it's about who's on the field at this point for Foxboro and not who's off. And the Warriors are going to have to just persevere and play hard. No question, it's a tough start to the season for 4th-year coach Joe Franchino. But that's why they play the games. Keep working hard, get better as the season goes along.
It's true, and certainly plenty of time left for the Warriors to turn this season around. Certainly would rather have your worst games out of the way early on, get a run going towards the tournament. Anything can happen. After a long goal kick, Foxboro recovers. Here's Billy Ozone in the midfield, finds Danny Zaza coming back for it. He'll look outside for Garcia. Foxboro, good bit of possession here as Garcia makes a nice move, heads towards the corner, looking for Izaza on the run inside.
Yeah, it was Ronnie McClellan earlier on the ball, and got it up to Garcia. And Garcia gets taken down. Here's a quality chance for Foxboro. Nick Beagle moving over on the ball. It'd be great to have a quick answer back. Canton unproven. I mentioned the teams they've played so far are not up in the upper echelon of the standings, so if Foxboro can hang around, they can do some damage tonight.
Nick Beagle to provide the service from just about 30 yards out. Two-man wall ahead of him. Tees it up. Low-driven ball. Falls to Max Beagle inside. But he couldn't get it out of his feet. Falls to the Canton keeper who collects. Big boot from the keeper. Falls to Will Morrison. But it'll be a runner coming through here. Nick Penders comes out for it, and it just misses the left side of the post. Dangerous counterattack there from Canton. Skipped the midfield, fell all the way through to the striker, and had a point-blank opportunity just go wide.
Yeah, Billy Ozone got beat down that Foxboro left side. Got to be careful. Give a little bit of space. Learn these guys' speed. Figure out how closely you can play them.
That was the goal scorer, Paul Corcoran, threatening again.
Ozone's in chase. Gardner has to come off his man. Maybe forced it to go wide just a little bit.
Here's Nick Beagle against 3 Canton defenders. Tries to go outside towards Garcia, no luck. Inside it's Ronnie McClellan battling for it. Handball will be called. McClellan thought about taking a quick free kick, opts to leave it for Will Morrison.
Pretty equal play so far early, 8 minutes in, other than that one very impressive goal as the player was falling down.
Nice chipped ball in. Garcia challenging for it, no luck. As it comes out, Max Beagle in pursuit. And the Canton player, no other option other than to put it out of bounds. Throw in from Ozone. Looking deep into the corner for Izaza. He'll try to work his way out of it. No luck. Inside now after Ozone put it in. Chris Amiel battling for it. Bounces around here. And it comes to Canton's keeper once again.
Of course, Canton doesn't care anything about Foxboro woes. I happened to talk to Coach Danny Erickson before the game, and he reminded me that Foxboro knocked Canton out of the playoffs last year with a win at Canton. So Canton's here with a little special, extra special in their step. They'd like to do nothing more than give Foxboro another L.
Will Morrison with the header inside after the cross. Number 8, TJ McCabe. Canton recovers again. And Chris Amiable puts it out of bounds. Number 16, Nathan Achildiev put it in play. As it falls back out here. Achildiev trying to keep it in bounds. Just a bit of a miss kick. That'll be Foxboro's throw-in from just about midfield.
Tim Bain with the ball. The juniors played a nice outside back for Coach Franchino to start the season. Morrison returning to soccer in the center fullback. He did not play soccer last year. It's good to have Will back.
Nick Beagle with a bit of space, looks for Garcia down the right flank. He beats his man, it goes down. And it's a penalty call.
Penalty kick.
Took the referee a second to think about it there, but made up his mind, and Foxboro with a golden opportunity here to even up the score.
And this is what Foxboro needed. They needed to have this chance, and now they need to bury the opportunity.
It's a nice little ball from Beagle there to set Garcia free, who's been active down the right wing so far tonight. Just gets inside the box, and that's Achildiev again trying to track back. It's a penalty every day. And it'll be the senior captain, Nick Beagle, it looks like, to step up and try to get Foxboro level. Beagle facing the junior, Alejandro Correal. Whistle blows, Beagle strides up and finishes it. Foxboro ties it up.
Good equalizer, good job, Matt Garcia, great hustle. As you said, a ball played by Beagle, Nick Beagle. We're gonna have to specify which of the Beagle brothers, kind of like you and Brian last year. You're gonna specify which one. Max Beagle and Nick Beagle both on the field, but Nick was the one who played it up. Garcia on a bum ankle, I might add, another one of Foxboro's walking wounded. Cut the corner, and Beagle's able to finish.
This calm penalty from Nick Beagle, as you see the replay there. Goes right down the middle. As Achildev had dove to his left. Actually, not Achildev. He was the one who gave up the penalty. That was Correal in the goal for Canton. Ball comes through to Penders, who has to kind of take the sideline or the end of his box. Tightrope it there. This low punt comes through. Beagle looked for the flick on. It comes to Will Morrison, who bangs it left. Dealt with by the right back. And that's Ronnie McClellan, who finds Max Beagle getting his first real action here.
Yeah, Max played real well in the game at Oliver Ames yesterday. He gets a chance to start. Same with Danny Asaza. And now we got a foul occurred on Billy Ozone. Billy was taken down.
It was the goal scorer Corcoran who gave it up, right winger. Here comes Will Morrison again. He's their long ball specialist out of the back. Foxborough with 6 men forward as Morrison looks for a shot on goal. And almost got a deflection there, but it'll go out for a Foxborough corner kick.
So good job by Foxborough, right? They go down 1-0 real early on a real individual play by Canton. And, you know, easy to hang their heads, but what do? No, they go back and they get the equalizer. We're only 12 minutes into the game, and now Foxborough's trying to tilt the field just a little bit.
Corner kick coming in. Nice in-swinger. Falls to Amiable. The shot was just deflected, unlucky because he got a good connection on it. It's collected by Correal.
Brian Gardner drops deep. Getting ready to defend this goal kick. Excuse me, this punt, goal punt.
Here it comes. Nice connection there. This time from Correal. Falls to Gardner. Well positioned.
On cue.
Yeah. Danny Zaza working for it. He'll be called for a handball.
Yep, did pop up and hit him in the hand. A little unlucky.
Good to see Danny in that facilitator role, that center forward. He's played a lot of midfield. He's, you know, got that ball distribution ability. So he's going to try to use that to his advantage playing up top now. We'll see if it can pay off for Foxborough with some speed down the flanks through Garcia and Beagle.
Yeah, Coach Franchino had to go deep into the book to come up with this lineup. So far, not too bad.
Ball falls here. On the far side, there's Corcoran. Another sliding attempt. No such luck on this one. And the shot comes in from the senior captain, Roach. Just went to the left, but Canton getting their fair share of opportunities from good positions.
Yeah, he connected on that one. That was a solid one. Just sailed wide. Mentioned the young goaltenders. Nick Penders, the sophomore, getting the chance tonight. See how he does on this one. We'll check the positioning. Morrison's man. Will bid a little bit on the move. Went left foot. Penders had a good angle there. Going to be some growing times here for Foxborough soccer with a freshman and a sophomore. Freshman Derek Axon, he's played real well. One thing coach will be working on is trying to help cut down some of these quality scoring chances.
All looking for TJ McCabe, did not find him as Timmy Bain goes up for Garcia. And it deflects, goes out of bounds. Call will be in Foxborough's favor. Timmy Bain comes in to throw it. Looking long for Izaza. Falls to Amiable. He had a high boot there. He called for it. Canton's kick just around 20 yards from their midfield.
Foxborough started their season with a great battle at Mansfield, losing 3-2.
Long ball in here. Brian Gardner underneath it. Gets the header on it.
They then went to hosted Taunton, came up with a big 5-2 win, but as Brady mentioned, 2 shutout losses the last 2 games. Milford, a 4-0 loss. They're at the top of the league, playing very well. And Oliver Ames yesterday, the 2-0 loss I mentioned.
Nice throw in. Got a header on it, but Nick Penders right in the right place at the right time. But Canton thus far with more chances than Foxborough, but it's all about the scoreboard, and currently it reads 1-1. Foxborough trying to skip the midfield, could not. This comes back to Correal. Bit of a questionable clearance there from him, but it falls to Canton, luckily for them. Along the sideline, they'll say it went out, and that'll give Foxborough the opportunity to make 2 substitutions.
Yeah, got Dan Basler coming in for Chris Amiable.
Joe Costa, the other, coming from Max Beagle.
So Costa left forward and Basler at the right mid. Basler's got a goal on the season. Came right here against Taunton.
Yeah, Basler and Costa, both seniors who have really put in their work. They've been they've spent multiple years with the varsity squad. They've developed that experience to make them real contributors here this season. Here's Billy Ozan with the throw. Sends it into the box. It bounces through, and Timmy Bain just a stride short, getting there on the back post. Bain now tracking back, but it'll fall nicely here. The near side is TJ McCabe. Bain in a foot race. Good speed by Bain to get back and win it off of him. As Basler's gonna try to take control. No luck. Long shot attempt.
Nice block, Gardner.
And then it was far side Corcoran trying to save it. Ended up putting it out of bounds. Number 15 there, Simon Cruz, doing a lot of the work in the midfield for Canton. And a timeout will be taken. I believe it was by Coach Franchino. Doesn't like something he sees, wants to change something, but you can't complain if you're Foxboro. On the scoreboard, you're just about halfway through this first half, and he's currently stand level with the Canton team, who certainly is not decimated by injuries like this Foxboro squad is.
Yeah, so I mentioned Foxboro opened at Mansfield, who's in first place. Definitely winnable game, a couple of tough plays in the back of the field. And as we're getting that goaltender experience, so we drop one there, 3-2, come back with a strong win against Taunton at home, 5-2. A lot of different goal scorers, but then 2 shutouts. Milford was a very physical game, cost us a player or 2. They're going to be tough this year. And then Oliver Ames, very winnable game yesterday, tied up until very late in that one.
Let's take a look at that last little opportunity. See the ball fall in here to Simon Cruz, and it's a great block from Gardner, like you mentioned at the time, to come up and challenge the midfielder.
Yeah, the senior defender's been the most reliable back there so far. We're proud of him, I know.
You picking favorites there?
No, like them all. Been with these guys a long time. A lot of these boys have played together a long time.
That's true.
The team really has a lot of good potential. That's why they were picked so well preseason. And now they've just got to bide their time a little bit, get a couple guys healthy, get them back on the field, get that red card player back, and get going. But 3 games next week, so opportunity to right the ship.
So it'll be Will Morrison to get us started again after that timeout. 23 minutes left here in the first half. Certainly plenty of goals available in this matchup. It falls here to Basler, who's tracking back. A call will be made behind the play.
Yeah, I think Ozone a little bit into the back of his man. I think it's the right call. The ref was waiting to see who got possession, whether it was a play on or he needed to stop it. He needed to stop it, and Canton will set it up again.
10 yards into the attacking half. It'll be the left-footed defender here to deliver. Chips it up and in.
Ronnie McClellan with a head on it. Ozone and Chase trying to prevent the corner, and he did.
Quick throw in here to be taken by Corcoran. He goes deep with it. He's got a man. Oh, and that's a sitter right there. Falling to him on the 6-yard box. He's beaten the Foxborough defense and chips it up through the goalposts. Not the right goalposts, though. Still 1-1.
Yeah, it was tough. Dan Basler lost his guy in coverage there, and something coach can work on going forward.
It's a dangerous throw there from Corcoran, though. Certainly got a good weapon there for a throw. Foxborough has to be wary of that coming when they're in the defensive third, as it chips through to Ozone. His header was beyond him. He's going to have to chase it down, prevent a corner again as Corcoran closes. He's able to do it as Canton will look to regroup. Lead down towards Corcoran. Look for a man, Ozone there to block. It'll fall out of bounds for a throw, and it's Foxborough. They've seen this just happen a few seconds ago. Corcoran bringing a long throw, and he'll do it again. Gets over Gardner, but Basler there this time.
Nice head by Baz.
It falls here. Speaking of head, it goes right into his face, but he's able to maintain control. Tries to find Corcoran, but that'll be Ronnie McClellan to take over. Now it's Izaza trying to hold up play, get some men behind him. And for the run of Costa, as Izaza looked for the chip, no luck. Now it's Basler. Settling it down, going back to Gardner, who looks for the first-time ball out to the left. And it'll be offsides on Joe Costa.
Yep.
Unfortunate, because Foxborough had a good little run of possession coming there, but...
Yep, just little things to work on in practice. So as Brady mentioned, just about midway through first half at this point, 20 minutes. We play 40-minute halves, 20 minutes gone, 1-1.
Johnny McClellan has been a good engine there in the midfield. Trying to chase it before getting out of bounds, could not. Ryan Gardner now chasing. Clears it up with the left foot. He'll stay in bounds. Falls to Izaza here. Matt Garcia streaking down the right sideline. He'll try to find him. No luck. Number 5 intercepts. Now here's Garcia after Beagle won it back. Takes some time, puts a move on his defender. Beat him for pace down the right side, but that's Achildiev there to kick it out of bounds. Now Beagle's flick-on header on the feet of a Canton player. Now look through for number 4, who's got Roach coming through. In with speed with Will Morrison picking him up. Morrison with a strong clearance. Number 4, Dylan Baird for Canton now, assuming the rolls up top.
Nice play, Nick Beagle looking for Matt Garcia streaking again down the right side. That's worked a couple times so far this game.
Here comes Garcia with a few ball rolls. Now he's going to look for that right-footed cross. Finds only the back of the Canton defender. That's it, Simon Cruz to bring it out. Baz chasing him down.
Dan Basil, good work.
Good job by Baz to block it. Falls to the feet of McClellan. He's been all over the place, and now he's going to look down the line for Costa. He's got him. Costa with a bit of space here as the stopper closes in. Kicks it out of bounds. Costa just couldn't get it out of his feet there in the corner.
Yeah, I gotta say, we're working hard up front. You know, we got a makeshift front line there without Vanden Boom and Barrera around, and boys are working hard up there, getting a few chances.
Bilioso now settling things down for the Warriors.
Here's the play where Basler's in chase. He had a chance to play the ball earlier, lost a little extra incentive. Look at him catch him and make the deflection. Nice job, Dan Basler.
Meanwhile, ball in the middle is cleared out by Canton defender as Gardner unable to make the header, but he did draw contact from Baird up there up top. There'll be a foul in Will Morrison again. We'll line it up, look to send it into the box. Here comes Morrison's ball in.
Looking for Garcia.
Garcia with those dangerous central runs. He starts out on the left, comes in, tries to beat the defense behind. He's been close a couple times, and that one falls out for a corner again. As the free kick specialist, Will Morrison, will head over to claim that one. Foxboro sending 8 men into the box. Actually 7, that is. He looks short. Enticing ball there inside of the box. But no Foxboro player there to claim it.
Yep, so far you're right. On those corners, the ball's been playable. It's been sitting there. They've blocked a couple of them when Foxboro's gotten a foot, but there are opportunities, so.
Costa battling for it there along the far side.
Ozone knocks it upfield, but just a little too strong, so it'll be a goal kick for Canton. The Warriors, a lot of seniors on this team, of course, and 10 seniors, 7 juniors, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen. They had a terrific summer this summer. They went undefeated in the Norton Soccer Summer League, or Summer Soccer League. And it looked really strong and really promising. And, you know, we can still get that back. The good news is the potential's there. Gave up only 3 goals in the Summer League.
Here comes Nick Beagle here, trying to cut you off, but Beagle striding in, got the ball taken off of him, but it's the second layer there with Costa looking to beat the defender around the line or go out for a corner kick, as you were saying.
So a lot of expectations coming into this season. You know, I talked to Coach Erickson of Canton earlier, and he wanted revenge tonight. I also talked to Coach Franchino, and he just shook his head because he knows that we've watched what's happened here in the early season. And, you know, he's got some work to do. Players getting some time, developing. Back corner kicks cleared quickly by Canton, but it'll be a Foxboro throw. Girls played earlier. The girls varsity, Foxboro against Canton, same 2 teams, double headers that the MIA and athletic director Rich Cormier put together, and played to a 2-2 draw. So,
Shot there was attempted by Nick Beagle, but cleared down for a Billy Ozone throw-in on the left side for Foxboro. Foxboro spending a lot more time in their offensive half now. A foul will be called there on Costa. They'll bring it back. Keeper Coryell rolls it out to his right defender, who's going to look to kick this one up. Just about 15 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Still knotted at 1-1. Ball comes in, bounces. That's Morrison there. Falls to Nick Beagle. Beagle really a focal point of this team. Like you said, some of the bigger name players, I guess, that you would have expected a strong contribution from are unavailable for this one, but that just puts a little bit more weight on the shoulders of Nick Beagle. We certainly know he's capable of big things there, running the midfield, even getting some time up top as he has in the past. Sometimes with Nick, he's got some magic in his feet, and we'll see if he can produce some of that here tonight.
I said ball Brian Gardner over an offensive player to win that for Foxboro.
Gardner will challenge here. Canton player standing him up, looking to turn. He's able to, but that's Ozone there to clear it outside.
Yeah, you're right. Beagle's played really hard as Foxboro goes through these trying games. Gardner's worked really hard. Tim Bain doing a nice job.
Here comes the long throw from Corcoran.
Will Morrison. So the boys are working hard. Matt Garcia with the ball now.
Garcia trying to put on the speed on the defenders. He gets it through the legs of number 4, Baird. And he goes off the back of the head of Simon Cruz.
So a lot of credit to these blue guys, these blue players who've hung in there and worked hard for their team.
Here's Danny Izaza after a nice bit of control. Costa challenging it with his head. Comes out to Garcia now. Izaza with a good little turn. Looks for the left-footed shot from about 30 yards out. It was blocked. Now Basler trying to reset it, but it falls to the feet of a Canton left winger. And trying to chase it down is
Ozone. And Ozone got there, but was smart. He and Penders communicated. Penders picked up the ball in his box, get the goalie punt.
High punt from Penders. And it'll fall to Garcia, who controls, looks for Nick Beagle. He's got a bit of space ahead of him, and he'll take it. Nick setting it up on his left foot. He'd like to get it to the right, unable to. It's cleared away.
One thing I noticed, Brady, I bet you do too, each time Foxboro, nice play by Gardner there, broke that chance up. But each time Foxboro takes it into the offensive zone and Canton gets it out, we've got a big gap between our midfielders who've all sucked up in our back line. And so we've got to have one of our midfielders hang back there to collect some of those loose balls.
Throw's going to come in. Corcoran. And then low driven throw. It bounces off the top of the crossbar after the header. But that's what Foxboro's got to be careful of. Canton dangerous from those throws, and we saw it right there.
Yeah, that one Penders kind of got caught in no man's land. Wanted to come out and try to punch that or play that. Couldn't get there, and then the flick went over him and fortunately skimmed off the top of the crossbar and out of bounds.
Nonetheless, Foxboro with the goal kick, they'll go outside for Costa, who's nudged off of it. Now Beagle wins it. He's got some space ahead of him and 2 men. Beagle looking for an option. Gets stuck under his feet a little bit, but he's still in control, and his low shot dribbles right into the hands of Coryell, but certainly better from the Warriors.
And good to see Nick get a shot off there. Sometimes when we carry, here's the Canton throw-in, that earlier opportunity.
Here's Paul Roach with it. Actually, it's Griffin Roach. Here comes Corcoran. He tries to center it.
Gardner, great play.
That's 15 Cruz. Header comes in, and Penders will collect it, but dangerous moments from Canton continuing.
Apologies for being a homer. That was a nice play by Brian.
Not even a homer, just a dad. Yep.
Yeah, that was dangerous.
There's McClellan, but it won't matter because the Canton player was fouled. Say it was number 6, Avery Minkin, the senior. Another free kick to be taken. There have been a lot here in this first half. Some more dangerous than others. Ball comes in towards the right, looking for Corcoran. Gets his head on it as Gardner's there to clear with the left foot. Out of bounds.
Gardner's hip, he's having trouble. He's down again for a minute.
On throw in. There's Penders there. Nice aggressive goalkeeping. And he'll recover.
Freshman Mark Angelini.
Nick?
Excuse me, Matt Angelini.
Matt Angelini.
Yeah, Matt's on the field now.
Chip through ball coming in. Gardner there to deal with it with a header. Falls Basler, who's been good since coming on.
That's a nice ball by Baz down into the corner. Unfortunately, Garcia was caught up in that, so he couldn't get down there onto that ball, but good idea.
And still a ball that gives Foxborough a little time to regroup. A lot of these guys, as we've said, have had to assume a larger role, which also means a lot more playing time for some guys who would normally be, being able to refresh a little bit more often if the team had more depth, but unfortunately they don't have that luxury currently. So good to give his team some time to just settle down, get a breath. Will Morrison with a nice outside of the boot clearance. Looks up for Angelini. He's going to provide a little bit of energy down the left flank. Goes out of bounds, Foxborough throw. Take a look at that play from Basler again, just chipping it in. Unfortunately, because Garcia had come, I think he and Basler failed to communicate a little bit early on there, so Garcia came as if he was going to recover the ball. Instead, Basler came and took it. That's where the play kind of fell apart.
9 minutes to play here in the first half, 1-1. Beagle a little aggressive there. Canton puts it back in play quickly.
Go out of bounds, so looking for Corcoran. He's in one-on-one coverage with Gardner. Stoppage here as Ozone prepares to take the throw in. Fall to Izaza, who's been in there the entire first half. Trying to make things happen up top. As it comes through, Gardner there, one-on-one. And Will Morrison there to clean it up. Another long throw. Corcoran looking inside. They'll try to turn, and a good block from Gardner. Shot in. And hit some feet down in the box as Basler able to get it out, but Canton smelling blood in the water here a little bit towards the end of this first half. Here comes to Matt Garcia, who's played well down the right flank so far. Chipped up, Beagle wins the header. It goes out of bounds. It actually took a deflection off a Canton player, so Foxborough will have to throw in as it's Timmy Bain going inside for Beagle. Nick Beagle finds his way inside on the left foot. Has to drive through two. Able to do so as it's Angelini looking for a turn, but good strong defending. Canton dangerous on the counter, but it's knocked away by Ronnie McClellan. Chip through. Garcia unlucky. Good little move there, but Basler stuck the tackle. Here comes Izaza on a left-footed shot.
Love it.
Just didn't have enough loft on it. That's a good shot from Izaza.
Yep, more than 10 yards outside the penalty area, but why not?
On the weaker left foot as well. Kept it on frame though. Good to see from the junior.
Yeah, he's working hard.
Short goal kick as it'll bounce. Angelini will challenge. Canton defender tried to go by him, but it fell out of bounds before he could do so. See that shot from Izaza. Really never much of a threat for the keeper, but you still like to see it from Danny, and if he's 5 yards closer to the net, that might be top corner.
And he's not a tall keeper, so why not chip it?
Exactly. Beagle now chopping, looking his way towards the Canton goal, but it's knocked away. Whenever Beagle gets the ball, they're all careful, and they bring more men to the ball. They know that he's the danger man for Foxborough on the field right now. Here comes Gardner to challenge the attackers, and the ball from Roach was just a little too strong.
We'll take that all day. Good coverage and defense. Forces Canton to put the ball too deep. Easy catch for Penders.
Nice play from Nick Beagle to knock it through to Izaza, who will challenge the defender for pace. Look out for Angelini. Goes inside. Takes a shot on the right foot. And Just a little too much on that one, but still Foxboro getting some shots off, threatening the goal.
And that's what you like to see, right? We're carrying the ball up through the midfield, but we carrying it to 2 or 3 defenders, we don't get a shot off. If you see the space, take the shot. Good shot by the freshman.
Just about to hit the 5-minute mark here. 5 minutes plus any potential stoppage time the referees may decide to add. Still at a 1-1 stalemate. Low goal kick in. It's blocked by Garcia. Falls to Beagle. He's going to look to the corner for Garcia. He'll get onto it.
He's looking for someone to cross it to.
Yep, men making their way into the box as Garcia looks for the sideline, or the byline that is. No luck, but it'll go out for a corner kick. Foxboro with another chance from the set piece. Foxboro with some good offensive moments here and also able to take a little pressure off their defense in doing so. That defensive line has been out there the entire half. They're glad to get a little bit of a rest as Morrison's ball comes in short. It's a dummy from Basler, and Beagle was there lining it up. There's Beagle again, but his shot was deflected right to the keeper.
Advantage Foxboro the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what you love to see going into a half. Basler challenging, falls to Garcia. Well, he had a move on the defender, but intelligent defending to keep it away.
Timmy Bain hustles up for this throw-in. Foxboro trying to keep the pressure on.
Bain to Beagle. Falls to him again after the defender had intercepted. Beagle finds his way down towards the end line. Oh, and a nice little opportunity from Izaza. That would have been a highlight reel goal.
Took it on the back foot.
Oh my gosh, on the heel.
On the heel.
Love to see that again.
Flipped it up toward the upper far corner.
Oh my
a little
gosh.
wide. Nice service, Nick Beagle.
About that. I'm just impressed with me contact. Nonetheless, 3.5 minutes left. Correal sends it deep. A fall to Corcoran. Looks to the corner for Roach. Gardner there in pursuit. He's able to get the cross off, but no one there except for lone Baird, I believe that is, yes. Beagle there after the pass went astray. Baz standing strong in the way of the attacker. Long cross in swinger. Gardner deals with it. And here comes Angelini now. A good little bit of shoulder work to get the defender off the ball. And now we'll head in with pace. Oh, and he just barely lost it out of bounds, but good bit of action there from the freshman.
Here's Beagle's play. Coming to Izaza. Watch the nifty move. Beagle's service was a little behind Danny. I don't think he wanted to do it that way, but
No.
that's where the ball was.
Meanwhile, chance. We got through Penders, but Basler was there on the far post. Shot comes in, and just long, but Canton, some golden opportunities there. Foxboro knows it too.
Yeah, I think they're looking to catch their breath here. We're inside the 2-minute mark, so, well, just about inside the 2-minute mark. And then the refs will manage the clock from that point to the end of the first half.
Ozone goes up. Cleared by the defender. Got through the left winger there as Morrison will send it up. Garcia with a good bit of control and a nice little turn. He's got some space if he can turn on the burners here. Tries to work his way to the end line, able to do so and look for a cross. And it's deflected out for a corner. Yet another Foxboro corner kick. Must have had like 6 or 7 at this point here in this half alone.
Yeah, great individual play. Matt Garcia weaving left, weaving right, and had the Canton defenders tripping over their own feet. Just couldn't quite get the cross off cleanly, but off the Bulldog defender will take the corner. Be a great way to end the half. Will Morrison serves it.
Steps right up to it, does Morrison inside. Foxboro unable to connect on the header. Izaza swinging for it. He couldn't get something on it either as Beagle will come back to collect. Morrison staying forward from center back.
Canton on their heels.
Beagle tries to cut it back. He'll look for a shot. Just a little bit high and wide.
Shot was there. Space opened up. Right idea. Encouraging.
You know, speaking about Matt Garcia being so effective there down the right wing, we've seen it in his years as a right back for this Foxboro team. being able to make things happen offensively, whether it be putting in crosses or taking on defenders. So it's nice to see him getting some time up on that front line, trying to make things happen as an attacker.
Yeah, he's quick. He's quick. He can lower his shoulder and take the corner. And he's shifty.
Yep. Good little back heel again there from Corcoran, but doesn't result in anything.
Yep, Brian Gardner, another breakup.
Whistle will go as a free kick is called, but can't be much time left here in this first half. Will Morrison will step up for it. This likely to be one of the last chances of the half.
Morrison's done a real nice job last few games. A lot of time on the ball.
Morrison sends it high. And a good defensive header there. The Canton center back.
Ronnie McClellan.
McClellan drives his way through. It's dealt with by the defender just barely. Here's Angelini now. Foxboro trying to make something happen. Angelini on goal. Not really. A little bit outside.
Like
Still
it though.
Good idea, yeah.
Like the idea. Get a shot, take a shot. Why not?
Substitution will be made here with only seconds left for Canton. Alejandro Correal set to send it up. Zaza gets under it. Goes inside. Garcia there threatening. Angelini as well. He's got a one-on-one with the keeper. And it's a good save from Correal. Not sure how Angelini was able to get through there, but showing some wheels as he finds his way towards the goal and almost had his first career goal.
Foxboro with a half-ending corner kick opportunity here. Great job by Danny Saza to play that big, strong head ball back up. Garcia and Angelini converged on it. Angelini couldn't quite rip the shot, I think, as early as he wanted to. Gave the keeper a chance to get out on the ball.
Here comes the in-swinger. It's a dangerous one.
Garcia got him. Foxboro's feeling it right now. Good for them.
Garcia with some sneaky hops. We've seen it throughout his career.
Gotta be a whistle here anytime, huh, Brady?
I think so. We did have 2 goals, so that might contribute to some of the extra time being allowed, but you would expect the whistle anytime soon here. Keep an eye on the referees. Low goal kick comes in. Garcia nearly had it come right to him. Now it's Izaza battling for it. Wasn't sure really where it went after it came off his head. Now Bain redirects it, but right into the path of Roach. They'll look for that right-footed opportunity as Gardner threatens, puts in a nice slide tackle, deflected out of bounds. Unbelievable, this half is still going though. It's been 2
Well, we
minutes
got a whistle there. I think we just called, I think the far ref may have called the halftime. Can't tell.
What's going on?
Yep,
Oh, yep.
halftime. One more time, Brian Gardner. Nice play there. It was a dangerous opportunity. His man was trying to take the corner there and wind up the shot, and Brian just got enough of a cleat out there to make that block.
Well, 1-1 here. Certainly plenty of offense, plenty of chances. Certainly setting up for what should be a very exciting second half.
And very encouraging for some of the guys getting the time that normally wouldn't. Danny Asaza, great half. Matt Angelini, nice job as a freshman. Joe Costa made some things happen while he was out there. And then the stalwarts that have been out, Beagle, Morrison, Gardner, etc.
You know what? It wasn't halftime. It was a timeout from Canton, I believe.
Well, that could be dangerous. Can't imagine if there's a lot of time left. I mean, these last 2 minutes are taking forever. But they must be setting up a play. I think Coach Danny Erickson must have set up a play for this corner. Nick Penders and his defensive group are going to have to be alert now.
Pretty strange, though, that he would leave it until now to set up this play.
Well,
Although he's sending everybody forward, including the keeper. A bit unusual. I guess they're very confident that there's not going to be any extra time here.
yeah, when do you ever
Keeper's
see
forward.
this? 11 players, including the goalie, all up in the Foxboro box.
A tie game in the first half, nonetheless. So Foxborough going to have to mark their men here. They will be outnumbered by 1 player, so might be marking his zone more than anything else. But the ball comes in. It's a low one. It falls through, and that'll be the half.
Wow. That's, you know, that's really suspect. I mean, the referee allows the corner, and then as the ball's still in play off the corner kick, blows the whistle to end the half. Nonetheless, Foxborough went down 1-0 very early in that half. Could have hung their heads, came back, and actually tilted the field towards Canton toward the end. A A lot of credit to the guys working. I mentioned a bunch of them. The ones I didn't mention, we'll say their name again in the second half, I'm sure.
Let's take a look at that again. Not sure if I've ever seen this before or ever will, but they've got all 11 guys in the box. Probably not the delivery they were looking for, but it did find a 6-yard box. No one could get a solid connection on it until Beagle just got clear. And that was the whistle. So that will do it for the first half here.
And the winning raffle number is...
And we will see how this ends up here in the second half. See you then.
Underway here in the second half. Foxboro in their blue, going right to left this half. White, Canton in the white, going the opposite direction.
Both teams with their fair share of offensive opportunities last half. We'll see if they can continue that here. Looked like Foxboro was going to be the team with the offensive edge at the end of the first half, but Canton came through with a few chances of their own, so really tough to tell which way the momentum is currently. But right now, Foxboro struggling in their own box. Gardner trying to deal with it, just able to.
Yep, nice job. Pretty much same lineup for Coach Franchino. Danny Asaza, Matt Angelini up top. Nick Beagle, central midfield. Matt Garcia, top/midfield on the far right side. Ronnie McClellan, Daniel Basler in the midfield. Timmy Bain over there chasing the ball right now is the right fullback. Billy Ozone, left fullback. Will Morrison and Brian Gardner anchoring the defense in the center back. And Nick Penders, a sophomore, stays in net.
Corner kick opportunity early here for Canton. It'll be a high lofted ball. Finds the head, and it's a good save by Penders.
Attaboy, Nick.
Getting both hands to it, keeping it out. Penders sending the men forward. It's a nice long punt. Looking for the head of Izaza, instead finds his foot with a nice little touchback for Beagle. Got some space to take on a defender. Drives his way through, right-footed shot. Oh, and it's a questionable save there from the keeper. Almost spilled it into his own corner.
He did. The keeper could not handle that shot. Ball.
How about it from Beagle, though? He's professional at those low-driven shots as we see this corner kick from the Canton side. Another solid save from Penders, as we mentioned. Nick Penders, the sophomore, currently in a bit of a timeshare with Derek Axon, the freshman, as the ball comes in from Morrison. It's a good defensive header to clear, but Basler's going to chase it down, get there just in time. Ozone with a low header to try to keep it in play for his team. No luck. And now Canton could be onto something here on the break. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Looking forward, it's a nice ball, but Nick Penders came out strong. It was Timmy Bain in a foot race with senior captain Paul Corcoran. As the punt comes in, Penders with a strong start to his second half already. Here's Angelini. He was active towards the end of that first half. As Ozone finds it. It was long and it's dealt with by the keeper.
Would be interesting to hear what both coaches said after that 1-1 tie in the first half. Anyone's game right now.
Yeah, it was a pretty chaotic first half, so if they were your team, what would you be saying to them?
Well, you know, Foxboro, I got to give the players a lot of credit. Working very hard, more of the same. Hope they don't tire and fatigue here as we go through the second half. Canton, you know, they're dangerous, but they let Foxboro hang around and really tilt the table. So, hard-fought game, both teams so far.
Oh, that's a tough call there because Izaza was in.
Yeah.
Would have liked to see an advantage played, but still a free kick for Foxboro, and Morrison's got that strong delivery on him, but Izaza had a chance to turn and potentially play Angelini or drive in himself. Instead, it'll be a Foxboro free kick from just less than 10 yards into their attacking half. Here's the ball from Morrison, looking for the far post. It'll fall in towards Angelini. He'll shoulder off his defender. Now look, nice little move. The turn played in on the right foot. And the keeper jumps up to collect, just a little bit too close to the keeper, but still nice active play from the freshman Angelini.
Freshman carried it through halftime, back out here to the second half.
Long ball from the keeper on the punt. It's flicked on by Simon Cruz, who was busy in that first half. Now outside, it's Corcoran chasing it down. Just can't get to it in time. Actually Yep, that is Corcoran. Him and the other senior captain, Griffin Roach, sharing time up front. Foul called there as Beagle goes down once again.
And that's the last thing this team can afford. Nick Beagle going down. Good to see him get up.
Here comes the ball from Will Morrison. Again, looking far post. Garcia there, header. It's a nice save from the keeper, and it conveniently falls right back into his hands. Could have been a very dangerous rebound, though.
Yeah, nice play, Matt Garcia. Nice service, Will Morrison.
Morrison and Garcia finding a bit of a connection on those long free kicks.
Canton keeper twice now in this second half has bobbled the ball. Keep shooting.
Yeah. Basler challenging for it. Baz has been strong in the midfield since coming on. Down goes, that's Timmy Bain challenging, pushing Canton back into their defensive half, but it's cleared up by the attacker. Here comes Roach, turning. Now looking for the streaking right back, who had Angelini beat, but ball was just a little bit ahead of him, too much. It goes out of bounds. Angelini had caught up. It'll be Foxboro's throw-in.
Roach is a good player. I remember him from last year.
Nice little flick from Nick Beagle. Will it stay in? No, unfortunately, but good idea from the senior captain. Throw-in flicked on by Corcoran. Gardner there, keeps it in bounds with a nice left-footed clearance. And he's sent right back out by Canton. So Ozone will throw it. Ozone looking for Beagle. He's open. Takes a deflection off Beagle's shin pads. Now falls to Izaza, who's going to wrestle for it. Gets it off the defender as Ronnie McClellan comes in. Legs are flying everywhere. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be Canton's throw-in. Good work, though, from the pair of McClellan and Izaza. Gardner now in a foot race with Corcoran. Bit of a stiff arm there. They'll let him play. Gardner jumps in. Chip to the back post. Baz has to deal with it. And that's Penders there. Good positioning, but dangerous chance there from Canton. Gardner wasn't happy with the call here, as it looked like Corcoran might have bought him a bit of space. I might be saying that, a little biased though.
I would never do such a thing.
No, really. Do we need to rewind the tape a little bit?
This game's just like yesterday for Foxboro. I mentioned earlier, we played at Oliver Ames, and for 70 minutes it was scoreless. Now here at Long Time, it's 1-1. Would do Foxboro a great deal of confidence, not to mention help their position in the standings to be able to pull this one out.
As we mentioned earlier, Foxboro currently sitting 5th out of 6 teams in the Davenport division, but it is early. Canton, meanwhile, 3rd. The team's separated by 6 points. Foxboro could gain some ground here if they can come up with a winner. Plenty of time to do so, as we are still within the first 10 minutes of the second half. Ball bouncing around a bit here in the midfield.
There's that big space.
Yep.
So we got Nutwoody back in the midfield. And
Baz came flying in there in the slide tackle and just missed it. Referee's going to call him over. Wouldn't be surprised to see at least a warning, and that's what it looks like it'll be. Thankfully for Basler, just a warning.
Yeah, you know, as you know, Brady, high school boys soccer can be awfully physical. This game has not been dirty, I wouldn't say. I mean, it's a little chippy, it's a little, but I think for the most part, both teams playing clean, playing the ball. I'm sure Canton could name some games already this season. It hasn't been that way, and certainly Foxboro could too. Both teams playing each other hard, that's all.
Bouncing ball now will be challenged for by Ozone and Corcoran as it falls to Brian Gardner. Makes a little bit of a clearance, but it still comes to Canton as Basler's chasing, and he blocks it as it goes out of bounds. Throwing for Canton. Comes inside. It'll be chipped in on the left foot. And no challenge there for Penders. Falls right to him.
Dan Basler's really grown quite a lot in his 4 years. He had a tough junior campaign trying to get on the field, but boy, he's contributed a lot this year already, and good for him. He's worked very, very hard.
And he's got his first varsity goal, which I'm sure means a lot. Quite an accomplishment.
And as I say that, he's going to get a rest, and Chris Amiable's going to see the field.
Here comes Beagle. Nick Beagle, that is. We saw his brother Max make his first start for the team. Hasn't been on the field since about the 20th minute as it's stolen by Canton.
Yeah, Ronnie McClellan trying to take on two guys.
Now it's chipped through as Corcoran will chase it with Ozone right with him. Ozone's got to be careful as the ball comes in from Corcoran. Just too much on it as it flies right through everybody. And it'll be a Foxboro throw-in on the far side. Dangerous from Corcoran coming in, though.
Yep, you're right, Brady. And that's the matchup that I would have said, you know, we got to watch. Corcoran on Ozone first half. Corcoran won a couple of those battles. Billy Ozone's got a lot of speed. He's got to be careful. And you certainly can't take a foul back there.
Here's Izaza. He's got Angelini, and he finds him. Angelini, can we see that speed? Oh, it's a good play from the Canton center back. Will he be able to keep it in bounds? Yes, he can. Quite a play from him. As McClellan unable to control it on that hard ball coming in. Now he wrestles for it. Gives a good shoulder in. Falls to Nick Beagle. Now bounces to Matt Garcia, who stands his ground. Neither team able to come up with a clear possession now as it's chased down by Roach. Going into the corner. Gardner needs to stand him up, and he does so with a beautiful slide tackle. And now we'll take it down the sideline. That's a great play from Gardner, and he'll keep going. He gives him a little fake. And now back with Canton. That's a great play by Brian Gardner. I'm sure you have something to say about it.
No comment.
Okay. Well, I'll cover you for it. I think that was a pretty impressive play myself. Ozone now challenging. He gets tripped up. Neither team seem to be sure which way it's going, and it's going Canton's way. Let's see that play from Brian one more time.
He had to cover a lot of ground, and then he's got to cover a lot of speed, and he just gets enough of the ball to avoid that penalty kick, and then he's got a lot of real estate in front of him. Solid.
Actually, it's a Foxboro free kick. A referee changed his mind.
Yeah, I think he was looking at the other ref for an indication and wasn't getting it, but I think finally they got it straight.
Morrison's delivery. Towards the middle this time. As Ozone will challenge for it again with Corcoran. Quite a battle between the two all game. Ozone will take the throw in. Looks down the line for Izaza. It's a nice little flick on header, but no one there. As Amiable tracks back to get it. Now far side. It's taken by Canton. Timmy Bain heads to the middle, but that's Cruz in there to intercept. And now again, Gardner one-on-one with Roach. Looking for this end line is Roach. Gardner with another slide tackle. It'll be a corner kick. Brian does love the good slide tackle. Got to be careful with them, but certainly putting them to perfection thus far.
Another nice play. He got just enough of it to knock it out of bounds. That's going to give Canton another corner, I believe. Smart play for Canton. I mean, they know that Foxboro's beat up. They see the same kids are on the field the whole game. Why not put these through balls through and make it a foot race?
Here comes the corner kick. Driven in. And it bounces right through everybody. It'll be a Foxboro throw.
Now Ronnie McClellan,
Actually,
I
Canton
think.
throw. Yeah, Ronnie McClellan got just a slight touch on it.
Yep. Good job, Ronnie.
Yep. Just enough to put the attackers off a little bit.
Here comes the long throw again.
Long, high throw. It's knotted into the middle. Dangerous. As that was McClellan challenging. McClellan now looking to get it up. As Morrison tries to put it through. Garcia now will try to work his way out of trouble. Just barely shrugs off the defender, but doesn't get to it in time to keep it in bounds. 26.5 minutes remaining here. Still knotted up 1-1. Battling forward there on the far side. It'll be a Canton throw. They'll take it quickly. Looking middle. Now back outside for a cross. Pender's there quick off his line.
This is where Nick ought to just take a minute, let the boys get upfield and catch their breath.
Set he opts to go quickly. Likes what he sees, and that's Izaza there who tries to lay it off for Beagle.
It's been a nice play. It's worked. Izaza taking that ball out of the air, straight direct back to his midfielder. Almost that time.
Timmy Bain worked hard there to keep it in front of him and does so. Now he'll get the throw in for his efforts. Deflection there as Beagle is challenging the Canton midfielder.
A misplay by Chris Amiable there. Hopefully it doesn't cost us, but Canton's got numbers now and they got space.
Gardner stepping up as the long shot was fairly safe for Penders.
Yeah, it was well struck though. Brian took away any further advancement up the field, forced him to shoot, but he had a lot on it.
Nick Beagle now in a bit of head tennis. He comes to McClellan with a good bit of skill and turns his way out. He'll look for a chip to Angelini. He's got some space here. The freshman on the left wing been a little quiet the last couple minutes, but let's see if he can use his speed. He can. Gets a little
Nice
toe
job.
poke in. Got the keeper quick to get, or to pounce on the attempt. How about that from Angelini though?
Nice play by Coriel. That was his best save so far this half. He kept his hands on it, didn't drop it. But you're right, great play by Angelini, showing us something this game.
He is. Ball will bounce, but Morrison's there to knock it down. And no other choice but to play it out of bounds for Chris Amiable.
This game's an awful lot like the one yesterday. Foxboro right in the game. Got to turn the corner on this one, even though it's the same 11. Brian, speaking of turn the corner, Brian does a nice job of that there. Steal and turn the corner and clear it.
Comes right back in though.
Yep.
Left winger sizing up Bain. Plays it in on the right foot. Penders there. Safe hands again.
Not bad by Timmy.
Let's see that replay again as Angelini challenged the Canton defense. Drove in there. You know he wants to get it back on the right foot, but opts for the end line. And chips it in, but just right in the hands of Coriel. Still a good little look from the freshman.
And meanwhile, while we're watching that replay, Matt Angelini did almost the same thing. Took it down the left side. This time dished it off to Nick Beagle. Nick Beagle earned Foxboro corner.
Angelini with some bright moments here early in his Foxboro soccer career. Certainly somebody that Coach Franchino will have his eye on going forward. But obviously all focus is on the present here as Foxboro look to come up off of a, not the ideal start to the season, but tonight has certainly been a more encouraging performance. Here's Morrison inside, header. Oh, and it just went over
the top.
From our vantage point, looked like it might have found the net, but just barely chipped it. Not sure who ended up with the header there, but
Either Garcia or Amiable.
Yeah.
I think it was Garcia.
another good ball from Will Morrison.
Yep, good service.
Center back has a knack for that. There's McClellan to win it. Goes inside for Beagle, turns. Now it's Izaza challenging. He'll look outside for Garcia, not enough on the pass.
Would have liked to have seen Danny take a couple more strides with that. He had the space and then go ahead and rip it again.
Garcia coming to the throw. Tries to work against 3 Canton defenders. And a foul called. Foxborough's kick. See that corner kick. See if we can figure out who got the head on it. Again, Morrison there with the service. And that's Garcia once again, the little man rising. We'll see what he looks for here as Morrison chips it in again. He's got Amiable. Just couldn't get his feet right, unfortunately. Go right out, hit the goalpost, and it'll be a, or not the goalpost, the corner flag. And then it'll be a throw in for Canton in their own corner.
Gives Foxborough a chance to catch their breath here for a minute.
Almost at the halfway point of the second half here. Still tough to tell who has the edge.
Yeah, evenly played.
Yeah.
Both teams good chances.
Chipped ball here. Dangerous bouncing as Ozone tracks down for it. Good play from Billy to get it wide, but it's won back by the Canton attacker. Makes a nice move on Ozone. He's got some space inside. And it's a goal from Canton. A great shot there after a nice bit of play from the right winger. And it's finished off by number 15, Simon Cruz. Midfielder's been all over the place, and now he finds himself on the score sheet as Canton take the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, it's a tough play. Ozone got toasted down there in the corner. He had his man at first, but Got a little too close. A little too close, and that gave this guy an opportunity to come through and make a clean service to an oncoming Cruz. Nothing Penders could do.
It's a great play by the attacker to win it back, play it in, and a great finish by Cruz. But now Foxborough find himself down yet again.
Yep,
Need to
exactly.
go back, but they got plenty of time to do it.
Yep, exactly. Halfway through the second half. There is time. They're playing well.
Here's Penders inside to Beagle. Beagle looks for the chip for Izaza, who's going to try to keep it on here. He does. And we'll go outside, a little too strong for Garcia. That'll go out of bounds.
Keep playing hard.
Yep, certainly still goals available. Foxborough just needs to take their chances. Certainly this game is far from over as Brian Gardner tracks back to clear it up. Chris Amiable with a good job there to win the header. He'll come out here to the right back as Matt Angelini challenges. Inside now to Roach, I believe that is, as Gardner wins it right off him. He's got a bit of space. He'll play it forward for Beagle. And now Beagle's got Angelini to his left, but Beagle's going to look to drive through himself. No luck as Canton's able to play it back to their keeper. Coryell with the clearance, falls right to the feet of McClellan with a good bit of control. Now Gardner again. As it comes outside for Garcia, look to dummy it to himself. Now Garcia again with Amiable following up. Canton player trying to shield it, and they'll say he drew the foul. Bit of a soft one from my probably biased opinion.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. 2 guys against 1, and our 1 comes away with the foul. So both Canton goals coming down that right side for them, left side for us. We got to be careful there.
Good play from Ronnie McClellan, flying in. Now here comes the danger man Corcoran, working against Ozone. Miscommunication there as Ozone will have plenty of time. Corcoran had gone inside, but his strike partner had played it outside. Back to Canton now. That's Roach. Out to the goal scorer, Simon Cruz. Gets Morrison to bite, and then Penders gobbles it up.
Yeah, Foxborough's got to stop falling for the fakes. Just play contain, maybe take an extra step back, play contain, not go for the ball fake.
Header won by Canton.
Tough, easy for me to stay up here. It's tough when they're tired. They've been playing the whole game.
That's right. Here's Zaza.
But that's what it's about when you're undermanned.
Will Morrison gets it forward, as that's Matt Angelini trying to control. It'll go out of bounds, Foxborough throw. Angelini will leave it for Billy Ozone. As Foxborough getting men forward here, trying to search for that tying goal. Ozone doesn't like the ball, he'll switch it out.
Is that like a baseball pitcher?
Might be a little wet, not sure. Here's Beagle, take a shot. Goal! Nick Beagle drives it in from probably 20 or so yards out and gives the Warriors this tying goal. And you can hear how much it means to these Foxborough fans here, one of which is sitting right beside me.
Yep.
Quite a goal from Nick Beagle, though.
Sorry for the guys in the truck. Yeah, it's. I mean, that's just clutch, right?
You know that's the goal that Nick Beagle loves to score. Just outside the box.
Taking it right and drives it left.
Boom.
Beautiful.
That's vintage Nick Beagle for you. Those low-driven shots that he's had so much success with over the years. And we see it yet again.
So for the second time in this game, Foxborough answers the 1-goal deficit and ties up the game.
Now it's Timmy Bain on the right side. He's able to win it, but it falls to the feet of another Canton attacker. He'll look to make a move on Will Morrison. He does. Chris Amiable there to meet it. But the right back, Brian's down. He's going to, actually, it's Billy down.
Down.
Billy struggling there. I don't know if he was looking for a call, if there's a little contact at the ball. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but
the opportunity fizzled out nonetheless. Header off of Garcia. Now it's Cruz who nudges it forward. Amiable here with it. Now Timmy Bain goes inside to the man of the minute, I guess, Nick Beagle. He'll look far side for Billy. Well, Billy Ozone intercepts. He was looking for Corcoran. And now it's Izaza to pick it up. He's got Beagle. Trying to find somebody. He'll put it in towards Garcia, trying to make a move. Looks to beat him with pace. Now we'll settle it down towards the corner. Beagle showing for it.
Nick Beagle, 2 goals on the night. He got that PK earlier.
It's true.
And then that big equalizer just now.
Now Amiable plays it in. Oh, and what a save from the keeper, Coryell, on the effort from
Ronnie McClellan.
Ronnie McClellan?
Ronnie McClellan.
Wow, Ronnie in search of his first varsity goal. That would have been something from Ronnie, and he's fired up now. As Foxboro, they got something going here. It's a game of momentum. We saw it in the first half as Foxboro put together some big chances. And now they're trying to do it again and looking for that leading goal. Go ahead, goal.
See if Will Morrison can serve up another beauty here.
Foxboro's been close on corners in the past. The header in, and it's just wide. How about that save from Coryell a minute ago, though, on the
outstanding.
McClellan chance?
Probably the save of the game so far.
Yep. Let's try to see it here if we can. As McClellan challenging, he's been active in the midfield. It did take a deflection. How about that reflex save from Coryell?
Very impressive.
Great athleticism from the junior keeper. Long ball forward. Off the head of Amiable, but it keeps going in Canton's favor. As it's won back by McClellan.
Angelini's open again.
Angelini looking for the pace down the line. We'll get there first. And it's nudged off by the Canton player. And the far referee believes it's Canton's throw. It was tough to tell.
Yeah, he can see it from 60 yards away, I'm sure.
Just as well as we can, I suppose, but unlucky there for Matt Angelini, who's, he came on late in the first half and he hasn't come off since, so certainly something Coach Franchino likes about that freshman talent. Morrison just chips it up out of bounds. Corcoran's throw, hard and down the line. This Gardner might have overcommitted a little bit. He's got a foot race with Roach. And great help defense from Will Morrison.
Yep, nice job, Will.
13 minutes left. Pretty tough to call this game, I'd say.
No, great game. Great game by Foxboro. Really playing hard. A lot of heart. Canton's got everything they could deal with and then some. Coming here thinking they're taking on the 1 and 3 Warriors might be a cakewalk. They're in a battle.
Ball in on the left foot. Not where they intended it to be. As Billy Ozon's wrestling for it. Kind of out of his natural position over there on the right side. But he wins it. Good work by Billy. One thing you can never question with Billy Ozone, he's got the work ethic.
He's got heart.
Yep, he's a hustler.
Daniel Basler into the game for Chris Amiable. See if Baz can bring a little energy. Help his mates finish this one out. So which script do you like better, Brady? Nick Beagle getting a hat trick for the game winner, or Matt Angelini, the freshman, getting a goal?
I'd just take a goal at this point personally, but it'd be pretty special for Beagle, I'd say, the senior captain. Not sure he's ever had a hat trick in his career. And I'm sure Angelini will have plenty of time, given the way he's come in.
Garcia earns us another corner kick. Back and forth. We just saw a corner down at the other end for Canton, and now Foxboro gets a corner.
A lot of set pieces in this game, that's for sure. It'll be Morrison to take. Plays it in low.
Comes back to Morrison.
Yep. And it goes out. Baz will take a quick throw in. Daniel Basler lofting it in towards Garcia. Garcia with a nice bit of skill, looks for a left-footed shot. It was blocked.
Hit it, Will.
Morrison's going to have a try.
Why not?
And that'll go down as a shot on goal, but not much more from about 40 yards out for Will Morrison.
Nope, just didn't quite get it airborne, but I think it was the right play.
Coryell with a long punt. Morrison underneath it, but it just gets beyond him. As Timmy Bain's going to have to track it down with Roach right there. Griffin Roach chips it towards the back post. No one there. And it comes back to the middle. And a good clearance from Will Morrison. Now Nick Beagle, chance for the counterattack. Bounces around a bit. But that's solid defense in the end from number 21, Paolo Ruggieri.
Here's that dangerous side for Canton again, coming down the right side.
And Gardner will look to stand him up. He goes down. And a foul will be called on Gardner.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's about the equivalent of a basketball, you know, trying to draw the charge.
He got run over, and they call it against him.
It's a tough one. If this results in anything, it'd be very unfortunate for the Warriors, but you see Gardner there just standing him up. The player comes right into him.
Yeah,
somehow the foul's called.
That's a terrible call.
So it'll be a free kick to be taken by Paolo Ruggieri's left foot. Or potentially the right foot of Paul Corcoran. Ruggieri steps forward first, dummies it. Corcoran going low.
And wide.
So thankfully for the Warriors, nothing results of the questionable free kick call.
Yeah, that would have been the wrong way for this game to end.
Under 10 minutes remaining. A goal at this point would likely be the winner. Although given the way this game has gone, you never know. Plenty of chances for both teams. Will be pushed in from, that is
Matt Angelini.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. You're back from school.
I am.
Fill in for a game. You don't have to know everybody yet.
Yeah, we're getting there. Again, Ronnie battling for it.
Yeah, nice body position.
And he's got that hockey experience, knows how to use his body well. And he's been great there in the center midfield for Foxboro all game. Now Baz sends it long. Garcia pursuing, but just a little bit too long for him.
Tell you one thing, I think the wounded Warriors over there on the Foxboro bench have got to give a lot of credit to these guys on the field at the end of this one.
Agreed.
Guys have played their hearts out. Canton's got a big bench.
There's Canton's bench all wedging into their bench on the seats of the bench. Foxboro right up against the touchline. Not sure if that says something about how excited Foxboro is to potentially, get back into winning ways. That team camaraderie they have going. Now Beagle shrugs off a tackle. Now it gets deflected as McClellan came flying in. Izaza. Oh, and it's a great save from Corial. And you know what? Izaza's had some web gem potentials.
Danny has always been very talented with his shot.
That's true.
And he put a half volley into the low right corner of Corial, and Corial made another diving save.
The Canton keeper has been very sure-handed here down the stretch. Now Will Morrison, is this the set piece that Foxboro finally gets a product on? They've had a lot of close calls. As Morrison's clearance comes to the back post, ahead on it, but it gets knocked up and over. Let's see it again from Izaza, like you said, on the volley. That one looks like it would have found the bottom corner, but a solid save from Corial to keep it out.
Yeah, great job. Corial's come up big this half. He's made at least 2 saves. I remember that he bobbled a little bit, but was able to corral him, and then he's made these 2 diving saves.
Bit of a miscue there as Izaza's in. It's a good recovery defending, but Izaza keeps possession. Now Basler looks for the one-time cross. Garcia in the middle. It'll be a goal kick again, but a bit of a questionable goal kick there from Corial. And now you'll see the center back come in to take it. So I guess they've seen enough.
Getting down to the final minutes here. What a great game, great battle. Great effort by the Warrior 11 or 12 or 13 at most who've played this game.
You know, they won't be satisfied with just the 1 point, though. They're looking for all 2. Get that win. They got time to do it. Here's Beagle now. 2 goals in the night. Will he find a third? Garcia was looking for the run through.
Almost.
Almost. Now on the far side. Goes out of bounds. Timmy Bean to take the throw in. That's Izaza controlling. He's back for Basler. Been a facilitator there in the midfield here in the second half. But it'll fall to Canton as the big defensive mid strides through, and now Gardner's there in one-on-one against Corcoran. And He'll go down. The shot on goal.
Nice
It's a
save,
great save by
Penders.
Penders. Penders there with the strong hands to keep it out. The shot was pretty much right at him, but it was with such power. Anything could have happened, but good job by Penders to keep it in front of him.
I think Gardner's got a little hip issue, really starting to bother him back there.
Thankfully, only 5 minutes left.
See if the boys can gut it out. Canton seems to be going to the through ball or the long pass or the deep corner pass every time they can.
See that save again as Corcoran had that point blank opportunity. Penders there, strong hands to knock it down.
Yeah, Morrison, nice job to put some pressure on there. Will and Brian have teamed up well back there this game.
Got a timeout on the field. Just temporary, as I believe it might have been McClellan who had to tie a shoe or something.
Well, it's a great catch your breath, tie your shoe, Ronnie.
We hit the 5-minute mark here. Tied 2 apiece. Garcia now.
What do you say?
Just spinning his way out, but can't. Now it's Morrison in defense. Goes deep and out of bounds. Again, it was Roach here trying to find his way in. Meanwhile, his counterpart played him out.
4.5 to go, 2-2.
Inside now. Laid it off for the midfielder.
Canton setting up an attack.
Here's a shot. And it goes just wide for a corner kick. Someone had a deflection there for Foxborough's back line. Can Canton come up with a winner?
Yeah, every corner at this point is scary.
Number 8, TJ McCabe sends it in. As long as shot comes in, it's blocked. Now bouncing around, left-footed effort into the middle. It's falling and just barely cleared off the line by Nick Beagle, doing it at both ends.
Yep, Gardner blocked one, and Morrison blocked one. Canton found possession again, and Beagle was at the right place, right time.
Nick Beagle again in defense.
Yeah, Nick Beagle works the whole field.
Especially at this time in the game, he knows he needs to. Here comes the freshman, Matt Angelini.
With space down the left.
Now he drives inside, looks across.
That just didn't quite get enough on it.
Now it's held up. Looking outside, dummy. But Ozone recovers.
Good job that time, Billy.
3 minutes left, and you have to say Canton looking the more dangerous at the moment. Foxborough maybe just a little bit tired going forward. They've had the same front line most of the game here. Here comes the throw. Corcoran sends it in. It's a long one. Bounces around. Dangerous, and Penders. But the flag goes up. It will not be a goal. Offsides is the call. Unfortunate for the Warriors. I believe it was the right call, though. We'll see if we can get a good angle of it. Ball just bouncing around there, waiting for the Canton boot. Thankfully, it came from one who was offsides. Let's see it here.
Yep, Gardner and Morrison on the header. Ball goes straight up. Morrison again. I might have called him over the back too.
Oh, instead of offsides. Well, it did come back from Morrison, so it would have been an unfortunate offsides call for Canton if it was. But as we see, it's probably just a direct kick.
And Foxborough is going to have a ball to play in here again.
We have an injury for the captain, Paulo Ruggieri. Will come off. Only 2 minutes remaining here. Both teams looking for the all-important winner. Get a replay there again as Morrison nods it. And yeah, that was Bain there
Tim
fighting
Bain
for
working
it.
hard, yep. Yep, hard to tell from this vantage point what the call was.
So the change is made. Play will resume.
So 2-2, 2 minutes to play. Refs have stopped the watch several times, so I'm sure we're going to have more than the 2:13 on the clock. Both teams working hard. 3-1 Canton against 1-3 Foxborough.
Here comes Morrison from exactly midfield. Garcia nods it on, but right to the keeper. Garcia winning a lot of headers, though.
Yep, he gets up there. Everybody retreating into the Foxborough end.
Punt comes in. It's McClellan working for it. Now Morrison able to get it out to the side where Basler will chase it down. Along with Bain. Baz with a nice little move. Sends it forward as he zazzes in. Can he get a shot on? Danny Zazu! And just a little too much on the chip, but how about the ball from Daniel Basler to find him?
Very nice. Good call, Brady. And that was a great ball over the top. Asaza took off just a little overexcited on that little chip shot.
Zaza's been strong up top, though. He's been running those channels well. You know, not really a natural striker, but he's really filled the gap.
Yep. He's in.
It's a tough bouncing ball. He's got a defender coming right down on him. That's never an easy shot.
And give Coryell credit. He came way out and was aggressive and probably forced that a little faster than Danny would have liked to have played it.
Here's the goal kick taken by the center back. Now Daniel Basler wins it. Garcia falls back to Basler. Garcia again. Going down the line with a nice little move. And we'll try to beat him with pace. He does. Can he get a ball in? He's just taken out of bounds. Or the corner kick.
Here comes Foxboro's dangerous corner.
As Timmy Bain will go in. Foxborough committing an extra man.
Anyone's guess at how much time is left at this point. It's on the field with the refs. Foxborough would love to keep it in the Canton end for the rest of the game.
Here's Morrison's corner. Header won by the Bulldogs. As Daniel Basler chases it down. Finds Angelini, who chips it in. There's the open man, Beagle.
And Beagle was just offside. Yep, just offside. I think that was the right call.
It's a great ball from Angelini coming back, though.
Yeah, good job by Basler winning that clearance, finding Angelini, who immediately throws it back up the middle.
Let's see if Beagle's off. There are about 3 Foxborough players.
Yeah, it might have been Garcia. It was not Beagle. Beagle made a run onto that ball. I think it was Matty. It's okay. Tough play. Win it back.
Here's Correal. Is it forward after the offsides call?
Basler plays up to Beagle with space.
Running through with it. He's got Angelini on the left.
Hit the hat trick, Nick. Hit the hat trick, Nick.
The shot blocked instead. And
good play, Canton D.
Go to the corner with Canton. Now they try to send it forward. Baz there to intercept. It goes out of bounds for a throw-in. Foxborough hurrying. They want the winner. Baines throw in. Beagle.
They deserve the winner. They've worked hard.
And it'll fall out of bounds for a goal kick. Can't be long left.
Warriors is a great name for this Foxborough team tonight, Brady.
It's true. Goal kick comes up. Billy Ozone in defense as it falls through, and that's Will Morrison to clear it up, and Angelini's got space here. Canton left a little empty on the backside as Angelini drives it middle.
Kind of forced it middle there.
Yep.
Basler, good hustle back.
And that will do it. The final whistle goes 2-2 tie, which is certainly a respectable result for both sides. And what was a clash of some of the stronger teams on paper in the league, but got a lot of credit has to go to these Foxborough boys who really played well all game and worked hard as well.
Yeah, let's, first of all, I want to tell you, the first thing I saw when that whistle went off was the Foxborough bench, the injured guys, the red card guy. You know, they're all jumping up and down and cheering for their mates, and that's nice to see. This is a team-building game right here. I think Coach Franchino will be really pleased with the heart that was shown by his players. You know, not every one of them played well, but if I had to call out just a few, first of all, Nick Penders, great job in net, good for the sophomore, played really hard, right place, right time. Asaza, you talked about Asaza playing up top because we needed a guy up top. Angelini getting in there. And making a number of nice runs down the left side. And then the stalwarts, right? Gardner, Morrison, Bain.
Beagle, can't forget Nick Beagle.
Beagle, well, I'm starting back to front, right? Yeah. Beagle, what a game, Beagle. 2 goals, both goals. Garcia, turning the corner. He's gimpy. Gardner's gimpy. Garcia's gimpy. Those guys are working their tail off. And Coryell, boy, if he doesn't come up with a few key saves there. But hey, credit Foxborough. I think they'll take that tie, hopefully get some guys healthy and better, and come back Monday.
Yeah, certainly a performance to build on from this Foxborough side. It's not the win they would have been wanting, but A tie is certainly a step in the right direction, and that'll move them up just a little bit closer in the standings, but certainly plenty of time left for these two teams to try to make their runs towards the playoffs.
And don't forget, Foxboro had to come back twice in that game. With 11 or 13 players who saw the field, came back twice. Credit them for that. So Foxboro, they moved to 1 win, 3 losses, and now 1 tie. Canton, 3 wins, 1 loss, and now 1 tie.
So that will do it from our coverage here from Jack Martinelli Field. Another solid game for this Foxboro team, and be sure to catch them here on Foxboro Cable Access, both live and on demand in the future. One final thought?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Mike Weber, Mike Everson, Matt Shea, our volunteers on the cameras tonight, and Brady for coming back from college to help me out here. Really appreciate Foxboro Cable Access, all they do. Kevin Corliss on the field, Rich Cormier, the AD. A lot going on to make these things happen. We appreciate everybody's performance.
Of course, quite an operation here going on, and we're very thankful for everyone helping to make it possible. So that will do it for Bruce Gardner. I'm Brady Gardner. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.